Hello and welcome to this video. In this section we're going to be talking about how to get great photos of your pets. Today we have Max and I'm going to use different lenses and see how we can get some amazing shots.
So before we begin, I'm going to give you a few tips and let you know how to get the best from your pet. In this case, it's a dog. So what you want to do is make sure you let them explore. So before you get shooting, you can see here now, I'm just letting him get comfortable with the atmosphere. It's a park. I let him sniff around, check out everything he needs to check out. So this stops him being distracted in the middle of the shoot. Ideally, if you've been on a walk, that way he gets rid of all his excess energy. And you can see here, he's kind of doing all he needs to do until he's fully committed to the shoot. So Max is very good. We've had him for a long time and he's very obedient, as you'll see throughout the shoot. He's well, he pays attention and he's a bit better than a model, to be honest, because you can shout at him and he does what you tell him to do. So yes, he's a mixed breed dog. Do let me know in the comments if you can guess his breed. It's the breed that tries its luck and tries to get away with a lot of mischief. So you can see here he's got his basic commands down to a T. So now I've got my 5D Mark II with a 70 to 200 lens. And you can see the photos pop up on screen as I take them. It's good to pay attention to a number of things in these types of shoots. The first few photos there are exactly as shot on the day. I like to take a few test shots to see how the atmosphere performs, how the clouds are performing. Luckily we were in a shaded area. So the main thing to do is relax. So while you're shooting, you need to be relaxed, which allows your pet to be relaxed. And that allows you to get some decent shots. So right now it's just a leading path to into the park, and that's what we're concentrating at the moment. He's doing a nice sit stay, looking back, looking forwards, looking around. What you want to do is try and focus on his eyes and expression where possible. So you'll see throughout this, I'm going to pop up some photos as they are taken, and they'll give you a lot of perspective in terms of what to look for. So with a lens of this type, you can look at the settings you're changing. The aperture will have a big effect on how much background blur there is, how far away any obstacles are in the background. Try and get rid of as much clutter as possible. So you can see there, that's a nice blurry background. There's not many distractions in the background, which is a great start. He does what he wants to do sometimes, so he kind of walks away, so you have to be patient. Try and shoot in their world. Right now we're in a park, but we'll show you a few more examples of where is a good environment. So here another few shots just to give you an idea of his perspective. And be flexible, do some stretching first, because you will need to get a few different positions to get the right shot. You can see right now I'm kneeling down to get to the same level as him, and go to where the best light is. So we're outdoors, as a natural environment, it's fairly well lit overall. So that gives you an idea of the types of shots there. These are all basic shots. So right now we're getting warmed up. He's walking away, we're getting the atmosphere. Make sure you pay your model, so keep some treats on hand. Luckily Max is more obedient and he's done his initial positive reinforcement training, so he's very good on command. He's a really great dog, to be honest. You'll love him if you had him. Create a concept and a shoot list, so keep an idea of the types of photos you want. Ideally my requirement was to get one nice thumbnail image where we're basically looking up at Max and he's relaxed in like a grassy environment with maybe a tree over his head. So that's the aim of the game. This is all kind of letting him do his thing and doing a few shots. We might get a few shots of him running around as well, towards the camera, away from the camera. Try and be quiet and avoid making any loud noises. Let's do a quick lens change, I think. So right now we're going to do a lens change, which means I'm transferring over to a 24 to 70, which is a wide lens. So this also gives you an idea of how different lenses perform. And you can see Max keeping an eye out and keeping us protected. So here's our 5D Mark II 24 to 70. And we're just going to get a few shots in with this. And you can see here, this is all handheld and you want to experiment with a few different angles. So you can see I'm getting down low, which kind of helps in this scenario. Move slowly, so you don't want to do any sudden movements because that will excite the dog and then he'll get into playful mood. If you're looking for that, then that's fine. But if not, then yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. So you'll see a few more wide angle shots, and you'll see how that affects the image. So from the 70 to 200, this 24 to 70 is a wider lens. So you can see here, we can see more of the surroundings, and it looks a bit more, not stretched, but there's a different feel to how it looks right now with this wider focal length. So it's kind of extending out the around him. There's not as much focus, I don't think, on him. However, the image that I'm going for, I think it might have to be a wide angle shot to make sure I get everything I need to get in. You will need to be patient, so don't get angry. Don't, just have a little break every now and again. Luckily, our Max is very good. You can see here, these are all clips shot. He was rarely misbehaving. Every now and again, he heard a noise, so he kind of looked around, which gave us a positive because his ears perked up, and you can see a few shots to get those perky ears. You'll know your pet better than anybody else, so make sure you're keeping him on leash if you need to, and that's the rule in the area. Luckily, Max is very good off leash, so I've taken off all his leash and collars and everything, so I can get his full colors in this pictures. And you can see here's a wider shot. The sky is all blown out. He's a darker dog, so it can be harder to get the blacks of darker dogs showing nicely. You can use props if he likes his toys. You can use sticks and things. So here I give him a command to run, and he's gone. And then I'll give him a call back, and when he comes back, you'll see these shots are more of him in active pursuit. So he's kind of jumping about. This shot here was really nice, but it would have been good if he was looking towards me at the time. But yeah, we did a quick fun shoot. It wasn't too intense, and I'm just giving you an idea of what can be done to get some great shots. It doesn't have to be a DSLR camera either. You can use your mobile phone. Just think about the shutter speed, and that's going to be your main friend. Praise your dog. Make sure you're encouraging him that he's doing a great job. Pay attention to the eyes. You want to focus on the eyes. A lot of interaction with the pet, and you will have a fun time. It's always great taking Max out for a shoot. We get some amazing photos, and yeah, I'm hoping these kind of little tips I'm giving you are going to be helpful. You could even do this in a studio environment, but I wanted to get a natural feel of the day and give you an idea of that. You can have another lens change maybe. So what we'll do now is get a 100mm macro lens. This is a prime lens, so this will give you another feel of how it looks, the images, and how you can actually get different types of shots. So this 100mm I think is a great portrait lens, and you'll see here I'm quite far away, so I'm not intruding on his spade. I can get some natural shots of him, and he's having a little sniff off the grass there. I'm standing up and letting him do his thing further away, and because it's 100mm on a full frame body, it's doing quite nicely for sharp photos. There you can see again 2.8 that was shot at. And we're getting some beautiful shots again, similar to the 70 to 200 lens. It depends on what type of lens you have. Make sure you're changing perspectives all the time. So do landscape, portrait, have a look around if there's any more areas. Really like this entrance leading lines. Get down low so you can see there's a bit of a Dutch angle, a bit slanty shanty. And it's nice to have other things in the shot if you want to. So look around what is there, if there's any striking features of your location. We'll do a bit of fun now. So there's a quick break here because he did really well. A bit of fetch and a bit of throwing of sticks to let him know he's doing a great job. And there you can see he's a perfect obedient dog. Prefer him over any model any day. And he'd give us some great shots. So I'll put some of these photos up, and you can have a closer look at them. And yeah, just make sure you're playing with your dog. Be happy. That's the main aim of the game. You want him to be smart and playful. Give him a quick little rub. Get rid of anything on his coat from when he's running around, because grass will stick. As you can see, I use a holster which kind of lets me use my hands free and take shots as needed. And the 100mm is very lightweight, so you won't feel it at the end of the day if you got a long shoot. A few more shots here, and then I'll show you my favorite, which is the one that I was aiming for, and slowly we worked towards it. So there, we're getting there. That colors look beautiful there. You can see the dark grays and the light grays and also the blacks. So now we're getting him in the position that we want to get him in. So he's getting close. I'm going to ask him to sit down, get lower down. I'm going to lie on the floor. So slowly we're getting there. I can see the tree behind him, which is kind of giving us some leading lines. He's looking around, but we'll get to a point where he will, there we go. So see, this is a shot we were looking for there, but we'll do a few more, and I think something like the next one here. You can see I'm getting really close to the ground. What would have been good is some water shots. That was a nice shot, but obviously it's blurry. That's what will happen if you don't have an articulating screen. However, we are getting closer. There we go. That is my shot that I really liked, and we're gonna use some of these in the thumbnails. Make sure you're not afraid to get down low. You can get your clothes dirty, but that's fine. Keep an eye on the background. You don't want anything to be too distracting. Dust yourself off and try again. There was a nice shot where he was trying to get up and run away. Natural light is really beautiful as well. So as he was going past me with the macro lens, it lets you take really close-up shots. So you'll see there's some nice close-ups of his face as well. So there's beautiful shot of his eye. And yep, I liked the shoot. It was a really nice shoot. We've got a few more photos here I'll show you. And make the sessions fun, like I say. And make sure you're using your focus correctly, because that can be tricky. But yeah, there was a nice little shoot there. So I think we enjoyed that. And it was a nice session. Just had my low pro bag this time, which is what I was using. And then I went back to my 24-70, because remember we wanted a wide angle shot, and that was a shot I was looking for. His ears perked up would have been a bit better, but yeah, he wanted to go away. So perfect day, perfect shoot, and we had a bit of fun, and enjoy it. Remember, it's all fun. Your pet will enjoy it because he's getting attention as well.